You might fail anatomy. I mean, literally, if you don't study it properly. If you ignore the subject the whole year and start studying 1 month before your finals, trust me, it will take a toll on you. The problem with anatomy is, let's say you study the topic but you could not remember it or reproduce it in your exams. So there is no point of studying. So if you are facing this video is for you. I am going to tell you everything about anatomy that you need to ace your final exams. In this video, we will be talking about the resources you need to study anatomy, how to study the different parts of anatomy, how to make notes, and how to revise them, and how to write answers in your university exams. So, anatomy is not just one subject, it has some subparts, that is, the gross anatomy, the general anatomy, then embryology, histology, and neuroanatomy. Talking about resources, I have also shared them in my previous video as well. So for the resources of gross anatomy, you can have your BDC or Visram Singh. I preferred BDC over Visram Singh because I find the text of BD Chaurasia easier to understand than Visram Singh, and the presentation is also good in BD Chaurasia according to me. For embryology, I preferred Yogesh Sontake, but you can also prefer Ivy Singh. For histology, I preferred Ivy Singh for the text material, that is the characteristic features or identification features of the slides. But for the diagrammatic purpose, I prefer the Diffeur's atlas. You can also follow other atlas. For neuroanatomy, you can have your Visram Singh or BD Chaurasia, but I preferred BD Chaurasia. And for general anatomy, also the textbook of general anatomy by BD Chaurasia. For online resources, the lectures of Dr. Ashwini sir are more than enough because he teaches really good and covers almost all topics of anatomy. Then for dissection purpose, you can watch the video lectures from YouTube by the Viva Voice of Anatomy. If you cannot understand any topic, then you can also see the diagrams from the atlas, that is the Netter's atlas. You do not have to buy the books. You can have the PDF and see the diagrams there. Uh, if you are facing difficulty in visualizing the structures in the body, then you can have a 3D model app. There are so many apps. You can use ScanHub, or you can use 3D anatomy. For understanding anatomy, you need to have a better visualization along with reading textbooks. The orientation of structure inside the body is what matters here. So, don't try to remember anything and everything that is written in the textbooks. While attending lectures, make your notes alongside, then read the textbook and add the extra points to your notes. It will make your note more concise and you don't have to study the textbook before your exams. For histology, make a PDF of the slides that are shown in your colleges. Then remember the identifying features of all the slides and practice the diagrams roughly from the Diffeur's atlas. You can write the identifying features from the Ivy Singh textbook of histology. For embryology, you don't need to study anything and everything that is given in the book. You make a list of the previous year questions that has appeared in your university and prepare those topics nicely and add a few extra topics in those lists and study them nicely. This will be helping you in your university exams. Always read the clinical correlation part that is given in the BD Chaurasia. These parts are really important and always asked in the questions. They are also a part of the long answer question as a bit question. Uh, you can have short questions and also MCQs from that part. This is why I preferred BD Chaurasia over Visram Singh. For osteology, it is very important to hold the bone in your hands. Learn the basic things first, like holding the bone in its anatomical position, the parts of the bone, the structures present on the bone. These are the basic things. You learn them first, then you go to the muscle attachment, the arteries passing by, the nerves passing by the bone. These are the things that come eventually. You first learn to hold the bone in its anatomical position and the structures of the bone. Making notes has its own benefits. You will be more focused during studying, you will have a better understanding of the topic, and the most important thing is at the end you have a concise form of information of that topic that will help you in revising the topic faster during your exams. If you are making notes from the video lectures, then you won't face any problem. But if you are making notes directly from the books, then it might get a little difficult to concise the information, the amount of information the book holds. Anything and everything is not important. You have to write only the important things and concise the topic in your notes. So, if you are making notes from the books, let me help you through this. Let's take an example of stomach. Stomach is usually a long question in your university exams. So, how will you make notes for stomach? First, there is an introductory part. Then, I divided the answer into some subheadings that are the external features of stomach, the parts of stomach, then the parietal and visceral relations of stomach, then blood supply, venous drainage, lymphatic drainage, and the clinical importance. So, if you see in the book, you can see there are a lot of information right in the form of paragraph, but in my notes, you can see it is concised. And you can also describe some things in the form of diagram. You don't have to write anything and everything. Diagrams are self-explanatory and also mark-fetching. So you can draw as much as diagrams in the long question and also in the short questions. If it is a very short answer type question, then diagram is not necessary. But in long question and in short answer questions, you have to draw diagrams. This is where making notes come into play. You cannot read the whole textbook one night before your exams, but you can revise your complete syllabus easily by your notes. And one thing is, you made your own notes, so you have the muscle memory of it. You can remember the things easily by seeing it and reading it. And practice the diagrams alongside revising the notes. Scribbling the diagrams make you retain the things better. The most important thing in the exam is how you present your answer. If you have the knowledge of that subject but you don't know how to present it, then it is of no use. So, these are some things that you should remember while writing your answers in your exams. Never write your answers in paragraphs, always write in a pointwise manner. Draw the relevant diagrams in the long answer question and in the short answer question, and remember to draw the diagram first and then explain it in words. The diagram should be technically correct and not very artistic, and you should have labeled the diagram properly. Highlight and underline the important words and important sentences. It will fetch you good marks. Always write the clinical correlation part in the long answer question or in the short answer question in your exams. It will fetch you extra marks for sure. So this is all about today's video, and I hope it will help you in your studying process. Uh, if you have any query, then comment down below. I will surely reply them. And like, share and subscribe.